Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Fairgrounds Racecourse here on Thursday. It is February the 16th, 2017. Gonna look at racing break from the Fairgrounds, but before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racetracks across the world. Today's 8th race from the Fairgrounds is allowance optional claimer purse $43,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. Never won a race on main claim starter or state bred allowance racer, which never won 2 races or a claim price of $17,500. We have a field of 8 horses traveling the distance of ground of 1 mile and 70 yards on the main dirt course. And I show this diagram. It gives me a second to look down at my notes, so just bear with me. 1 mile, 70 yards. And something I noticed about the Fairgrounds, they published their entries 8 days before the race card. In fact, this video is being made Sunday night. So for Thursday, I kind of like when they publish the entries a few days earlier than most tracks. Next in a few weeks, it's the Risen Star. It's going to be a great card from Fairgrounds, and I think the entries come tomorrow. So can't wait for that. Look at the races the next Sunday for the following Saturday. But let's get on to race number 8. And my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the 4 horse. But price here at 6-1. Number 4, Grit. I'm going to use this horse here as a in a superfecta. I'm going to go 4-5-2-7. 4-5-2-7. Number 4, Grit. 6-1. Florent Jouze on this 5-year-old horse out of Passy. I believe Passy owns the 5-furlong track record here at it could be 5 furlongs, could be 6 furlong. He owns the track record here at the Fairgrounds, so just keep that in mind. But this one, he's routing, and I think he'll do well here. Most recently, he started on the 28th of January at the Fairgrounds on the turf course, about a mile and optional 20 claimer. His horse finished third by 1/3 lengths that day. Had a bad start that day, got bumped. Was in tight a few times. Was closed up at the end, but just closed up a little bit too late with all that trouble. If he didn't have trouble, I think he could have won that day. But start before, December 29th here at the Fairgrounds, mile 70 and optional 17 claimer. His horse finished 4th by 2 1/4 lengths and was far back early, but was a little bit wide going into the turns. Actually got close to the lead early on, but then in the mid stretch, but actually weakened out of it. But with all that trouble he had, he did finish a decent 4th place finish. The start before an optional 17 claimer, December 3rd, Fairgrounds, mile 70. Horse finished 7th by 10 lengths. It was his first start since July. Throw that race out. He needed that one. And that July run came at Evangeline, mile 16th in Louisiana Legends Classics. Horse finished 5th by 12.5 lengths. Was far back, and it was against a lot tougher. His last victory came on April the 16th at Evangeline, going a mile and optional 30 claimer. Horse won by 3.5 lengths, got the lead, and then took off clear. If this race was a mile and 8th, I think this horse could have won by 12 or something like that. He kept going. Nobody was catching him that day at 15-1. His last win here at the Fairgrounds came on February 26th, so about a year ago, going a mile and option 20 claimer. His horse won by nose at 16-1 and closed up from the cloud. So hopefully he can run that race again today. So 6-1, I want to take my chances with this one. So to recount my bets for race number 8 from the Fairgrounds here on this Thursday afternoon, I'm going to go with the 4 horse Grit. Going to go 4-5-2-7. 4-5-2-7. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.